Hi, welcome to our video presentation. This project has been put together by Anna Hardman, Sam Bloomfield, Lauren Brannigan, Ryan Carrick, Joseph Carr, and me, Chris Amos. And we're going to be looking at violence as a tool to the British Empire from the 18th century to the early 20th century. We're going to be doing this by looking at different cases throughout this time period, each of us covering a different one. So firstly, just welcome, and I'm going to break down the empire for you. But the British Empire is one that's very well known to us today. It was a very powerful one in its time, in its prime, and we're going to be examining how this global power used violence as a tool during their prime, from the 18th to the early 20th century. During this period, they expanded across a lot of the globe into the American continent, Africa, across several of the European islands, Atlantic and Pacific islands, Australia, and India. But Britain's colonial expansion never followed one specific pattern in each of these cases. But in many cases, it does seem clear that violence played some role in it. And in this project, we're going to be seeing how much of a role they played and whether or not violence was a beneficial practice to them as an empire for their expansion. Our examples. Each of us are going to be looking at different examples to judge and evaluate violence in the empire. And these examples are violence in Australia's colonization, the Tasmanian genocide, violence on the American continent, and violence in India, including the Indian Rebellion of 1857, going through to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre that took place in the early 20th century, much later. So, hopefully by the end of this presentation, all of these videos will have structured an argument that will be formulated and weighs up the scale of violence used in and across the empire, whether it was beneficial or not, and possibly how it came to an end. Firstly, we're going to be looking at Lauren's presentation on violence in the American continent, so please go watch that next video. Thank you.